Hi, I just wanted to tell you something pretty cool, and that is that I'm making the book that I always wanted to make. And I didn't think that would be the way it would be. When I started Confessions of a Paper Hoarder, I knew there were certain things that I wanted to have in the book, like references to pop culture, which I've done in this book. Obviously, like I've been part of pop culture just by being in the same room as some of the biggest artists today, like Keith Urban, or of all time, like Elton John. You can't get any bigger than that. And they're in the book. Whether or not I'm supposed to print that and make money off it, that's probably not the case, but really, you think Keith Urban's gonna come banging down my door and find me and be like, hey, you're not supposed to have me in your book? Probably not. He doesn't know I exist. But Brad Paisley does. Just saying. Two of the main concepts that were in Confessions of a Paper Hoarder were obviously hoarding paper, which we've seen in some of my other update videos where I've actually thrown away stuff or recycled it because I'm environmentally conscious. And also, uh, making a memory book was a big part of the storyline that Victoria was sort of bullied into being by herself a lot of the time. So she was making a memory book for herself to kind of cope as well. And another thing Victoria did a lot in the story was eat. And so you've seen my muffins, obviously, and other things that I've put into my body for food. In a sense, what I'm doing now, which is 2014, one day at a time, it's it's almost harder than the Paper Hoarder book, which was just a book by itself. And it's harder in a way because it's two different projects. It's first of all a film. I film something or photograph something every day, and then edit that all together and try to make everything fit into a 15-minute package for every month. It was hopefully going to be 10 minutes per month, but I'm long-winded and I have a lot to say or a lot to show people, and also when you're trying to fit 28 to 31 days of content into a little amount of time, it's kind of hard not to make something that might induce a seizure. You gotta kind of take things slow. That's kind of the whole thing about this project is one day at a time. So nice, easy pace. It's also hard not to be boring when you're writing a story that you're making up. You can make it as exciting as you want, but with mine, what I'm doing now is really like a snapshot of my day. I was listening to an interview with Boy George the other day, and he said, not everything I have to say is interesting. And it's true, not everything in this film or this book is interesting. Like, I'm in an Excel class. So a lot of my pictures, at least two anyway, there could be more before the end of the year, are pictures of Excel charts. Woo! Exciting. So that's one of the challenges, but I do try and make it fun. I try and make every day fun. Even if I'm having a horrible, horrible day, I have to laugh at least one time, or the day is ruined. I'm using the Blurb Company to make my book. I'm still looking at other options that could be cheaper, but for now I like the Blurb tools because basically they give you all these layouts and you just drop in what you want to put into their nice snazzy little layout, and then you put it all together like making a sandwich kind of, and you put what you want on it, and then when it's done, it's like going to Subway. I love Subway. You tell them what you want, you basically are making your own sandwich, and then they hand it back to you when you're done. There's what started it right there, was this whole, not necessarily this exact elevator incident, but just the elevators in general made me so angry because I wasn't allowed to show a broken elevator. I was like, oh yeah? And that's kind of how this project started. I was dropping in all the pictures and it's starting to look really good. And I think I'm going to have to be more careful. Like I said, with the filming part of it, every month is 15 minutes or less. And I was doing the January stuff for the book, and January by itself was like 50 pages. And the blank pages you're seeing, they're not going to be blank. You're probably thinking, oh my god, that's so wasteful. No wonder it's over 50 pages. That's where I'm going to type later, and I'm hoping that if I decrease the font size, then I won't need an extra page like this. I can just fill it in over here. There's 12 months in a year. Like, this is not going to be a phone book. It's just going to be, here. It's going to hopefully be the same size as the Schwartz Abdul's Big Book of Celebrities. This is volume 2, by the way, and I'm going to go see Jacob on Tuesday. Jacob Hogard from Headley. And there's Hunter Hayes. And here's a cute little story about Hunter Hayes is, we're getting married. No, I'm just kidding. I wish. And I went to phone my mom and be like, Mom, Hunter's on Ellen. And I couldn't get through. It was busy. And then my phone rang. And she's like, Hunter's on Ellen. So, I like Hunter a lot. So, hopefully he comes back to a city near me very soon. I don't even know what I was talking about. I'm just so in love with Hunter Hayes. It's awful. Because it's never going to happen. That's like the worst kind of heartbreak, when you just know. You have no chance in hell.